The Olympic Games Part 2. Ancient Olympic Athletes, Training, Sports, and the Road to Victory. Learn English through History, A2B1. Hello everyone! Welcome back to Learn Easy English. In Part 1, we discovered how the Olympic Games began in Olympia around 776 BC. We learned that the Games honored Zeus and brought together people from all over ancient Greece. But becoming an Olympic athlete was not easy. There were no modern gyms, no sports scientists, no expensive equipment, only hard work, discipline, and determination. Today, we'll discover how athletes trained, what sports they competed in, and what it took to become an Olympic champion. Let's begin. Preparing for the Olympic Games. The Olympic Games were held every 4 years. Athletes spent months and sometimes years preparing for the competition. Most trained every day. They ran long distances. They lifted heavy stones. They practiced wrestling and boxing. They exercised in places called gymnasiums, where coaches taught strength, speed, balance, and discipline. Training was difficult, but athletes believed the reward was worth the effort. Winning at Olympia meant becoming famous across Greece. The Olympic Oath. Before the Games began, athletes gathered at the Temple of Zeus. There they made an important promise. This promise was called the Olympic Oath. They swore that they had trained honestly and would follow the rules. Judges also promised to be fair. The Greeks believed that honesty and respect were just as important as victory. Anyone who cheated could be punished, fined, or even removed from the Games. Popular Olympic sports. As the Games grew, many exciting competitions were added. Running. Running was one of the oldest and most popular events. Some races were short, others covered longer distances. Athletes competed barefoot on a dirt track. Speed and endurance were essential. Wrestling. Wrestling tested strength, balance, and technique. The goal was to throw the opponent to the ground several times. The strongest wrestler did not always win. Skill was just as important. Boxing. Ancient boxing was very different from modern boxing. There were no timed rounds. There were no weight classes. Fighters wrapped leather straps around their hands for protection. Matches continued until one athlete could no longer continue or admitted defeat. The Pentathlon. The Pentathlon included 5 events: long jump, discus throw, javelin throw. To win, athletes needed strength, speed, balance, and versatility. Many people considered the pentathlon champion the greatest all-around athlete. Chariot Racing. One of the most exciting events was chariot racing. Fast horses pulled light chariots around a dangerous track. The races were thrilling but also risky. Crashes were common. Thousands of spectators cheered as the horses raced toward the finish line. Life during the Games. The Olympic Games lasted several days. People came not only to watch sports but also to meet friends, trade goods, and celebrate together. Musicians performed. Poets recited their work. Artists displayed sculptures and paintings. The Games became one of the biggest cultural festivals in ancient Greece. Becoming a champion. Winning an Olympic event changed a person's life. Although champions received only an olive wreath at Olympia, they often returned home as heroes. Many cities rewarded winners with money, free meals, or special honors. Poets wrote songs about them. Statues were built to celebrate their achievements. For many athletes, Olympic victory was the greatest honor of their lives. Looking ahead. As the centuries passed, the Olympic Games became even more famous. Then everything changed. Wars, political changes, and the rise of the Roman Empire slowly transformed the ancient world. Eventually, the ancient Olympic Games came to an end. But their story was not over. More than 1,500 years later, they would return. In Part 3, we'll discover why the ancient Olympics disappeared and how the modern Olympic Games were born. Each sentence can be long if the input requires